Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chapter 5, Lesson 5-4, Inequalities in one triangle. So our main objective is to use the theorems to compare the sides and angles of a triangle. So first of all let's discuss the theorems. Theorem 5.9, it says if two sides of a triangle are not congruent, then the larger angle lies opposite to the longer side. So it means that if you have a larger angle, you know that for example angle B is greater than side B is greater than this side, B is greater than side C. So this one, side B is greater than this side A. Then what will happen? Then the angle that is opposite to side B is this angle B. It will become greater than angle that is opposite to the smaller side. So in like simple words we can say a side that is longer will have a bigger angle in front of it. A side that is smaller will have a smaller angle in front of it. And what is the converse of this theorem? It says if two angles of a triangle are not congruent, then the longer side lies opposite to the larger angle. So if you have this angle B, it's greater than this angle A, what will happen to the side? The side that will be lying opposite to this angle B is small b. That means this side will become greater than this side A, because this side A is opposite lying opposite to a smaller angle. So it's very simple. If you have a larger angle, side opposite to it will be large. If you have a smaller angle, side opposite to it will be small. Clear? Okay, now let's solve some examples. First of all, this is the triad number 1. It says which angle measure appears to be smallest in triangle MNP. How is it related to the side length? So which angle appears to be the smallest? As we can see here, 8 is the shortest side and the angle opposite to is angle N. So we can say that angle N is the smallest angle, because they want us to find the smallest angle in this one. So angle 1 is the smallest angle. What is the reason? Because it lies opposite to the smallest side. This is the smallest angle in the triangle, and what is the reason? This angle lies opposite to the smallest side. Okay, smallest side. And what is the name of the side? It's PM. Clear? Let's see some examples, more examples like this. It says okay, try it number 2. It says Lucas sketched a diagram for a garden box. This is the diagram. As you can see here, we have a triangle in which the 3 sides are of different lengths. The first, for example, if you consider this one, this is 8 inches, this is 14 inches, and this one is 10 inches. Which angle is the largest? So the largest angle will be opposite to the largest side. 14 is the largest side. Now check which angle is opposite to it. So this is the angle that is opposite to it. So we can say that angle E is the largest angle in this garden box. Then they are saying which angle is the smallest. Now which side is the smallest? This side is the smallest. Now which angle is lying opposite to it? It's angle D. So we can say that angle D is the smallest angle because it is lying opposite to the smallest side. Okay, next question, try it number 4. It says identify the sides of the triangle NOP. Which side is the longest? Which side is the longest? So first of all, I cannot decide which side is the longest until I know all the 3 angles. So right now we know that angle N is 65 degrees. Okay, and what is angle P? It is 58 degrees. What is the measure of angle O? We don't know. So how do we find the third angle of a triangle? We will add these 2 angles, subtract them from 180, and it will give us the measure of the third angle. Clear? Which will be 57 degrees. So we can say that angle O is how much? It's 57 degrees. Now if you want to find that which side is the longest side lies opposite to the largest angle. Which angle is the largest? Let's check. Now this is 65, this one is 58, this one is 57. So the largest side will the largest angle will be opposite to the largest side. So for this one we can say OP will be the largest side, because, or you can say the longest side, because it is opposite to the largest angle. Which side is the shortest? So which angle is the smallest? So this angle is the smallest, 57 degrees. And what is the side that is opposite to it? So the side opposite to it is NP. So that's why we can say NP will be the shortest side. Clear? Here we have the next theorem. It's theorem 511, triangle inequality theorem. The sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. It's a very important theorem. Like, how can we judge? For example, sometimes they give us some measurements and they ask us that can these three measurements make a triangle? So we can check those measurements by using this rule or this theorem, that if you add any of the two sides of the triangle, the sum should be greater than the third side. So for example, here if you add A and B, the sum of A and B should be greater than C. If you add A and C, again the sum should have to be more than, if you add A and C, the sum has to be more than B. And if you will add B and C, the sum has to be greater than the third side A. Is that clear? How can we use this rule or theorem in the problems? Let's see. For example, in the first problem they are saying, could a triangle have a side length 16 meters, 39 meters or 28 meters? How can we check this? So let's solve first of all 5a. So we can check them by adding. So let's add 16 plus 39 and we have to check that is it more than 28 meters? For sure 16 and 39 the sum will be more than 28, right? So now let's add 16 with 28 and check that is it sum more than 39, and then in the end we will add 28 and 39 and we will check that is the sum more than 16. So first let's write the sums over here. So clearly we can see that the sum of these two is becoming 55, that is greater than 28. So we can say yes, it's true. And in the second step, when we added 16 with 28, the sum was 44, that is greater than 39. So this inequality is also true. And then for the third one, this one is also true. So when all these three inequalities, they become true, so we can say yes, these measurements or these side lengths could make a triangle, right? Could make a triangle. Let's say if any one of these inequalities will become wrong, then we will say yes, in that case we will say no, the side lengths cannot make the triangle. Clear? Now look at the 5b. Now for the 5b, they are saying that a triangle has side lengths that is 30 inches, 50 inches. What are the possible lengths of the third side? So first let me explain you what do they mean. For example, if you draw 50 inches over here, 50 inches here, and then you make, let's say, 30 inches over here. Now there are two possibilities, that this 30 inches, if it becomes very close to, let's say if I draw it over here, then it becomes very close to 50 inches, and the other side, the sum of these two sides will be about 50 inches, or you can say nearly it will be 30 inches. But in case if I move this 30 inches on this side, draw it on this side, then the 30 inches and 50 inches, the sum, you can say the total length of this side, the third side, will become about 80 inches, right? So there are two possibilities. Either this 30 inches will be very close to 50 inches. In that case, the third side will be almost 20 inches. So that 30 and 20 will be less than 50 inches. But if you draw this 30 inches on this side, then it will be 50 plus 30 will be less than 80 inches. And there is a shortcut to understand this. What is it? Let's suppose the third side is x. The measurement of the third side is, let's say, x. What can you do now? it means that that measurement of the third side will always be less than the sum of 50 and 30. This will be this case when it will be lying like on the almost making, let's say, 1 degree angle over here, right? Or sorry, 179 degrees. It will not be exactly 180 degrees, it will be 179 degrees. And the other case when it will be, let's say, 50 minus 30 degrees, this will be the case when, let's say, it will make just 1 degree angle here with 50 degrees. So this is the shortcut to know that what is the possible length of the third side. So the third side will be either less than the sum of the two sides, given sides, and it will be greater than the difference of the two sides. So it means the possible length for the third side is 50 minus 30 will be 20 and x, and here it will be 80. That means the value of the third side will lie between. Please remember, what is the meaning of between? Between means it will be less than 80. It could be 79, it could be 78, 77, right? And on this side it is greater than 20. Greater than 20 means it will be 21, 22 and so on. But it cannot be 20, it cannot be 80. It could be any number from 21 to 79, but it cannot become exactly 80, it cannot become exactly 20. So don't forget that we have these signs over here. Clear? Okay, let's solve now questions like this. Here they are saying, okay, these are actually the questions from the lesson. Now let's start the lesson. Identify the angles of triangle FGH. Which angle is the smallest and which angle is the largest? So how do we decide for an angle to be the smallest or the largest? We check the measurements of the sides, or you can say the lengths of the sides. So right now the smallest side is 33 and the largest side is 39. That means the angle that will be opposite to 33 will be the smallest, and the angle that will be opposite to the largest side will be the largest. Clear? So 33 is going with angle H. So let me draw it with, okay, so 33 is going with angle H. That means the smallest angle is angle H. And then if you want to find the largest angle, the largest side is giving us the largest angle, it's angle G. They are opposite to each other. Okay, now in question number 20 and 21, they want us to identify the sides, the longest side and the shortest side. Better pause the video here. First find the third angle over here. When you will know all the three angles, the smallest angle will have opposite to it the smallest or the shortest side. The greatest angle will have opposite to it the longest side. Better pause the video here, solve 20 and 21 on your own. Here are the answers. The third angle is becoming 54, so very obvious this is the shortest, the smallest angle, so opposite to it, as you can see the line that is taking me to the opposite side, it's NP, so NP will become the shortest side. Now the blue color 66 is the largest angle. When I go to the opposite side, it is taking me to the side OP, that is the longest side because it is opposite to the largest angle. Clear? Okay, let's see what do we have next. It says determine whether the side lengths could form a triangle. So how do we check that they could form a triangle? We start them adding. So let's say first add 13 plus 15. Is it greater than 9? Yes, right? Okay, so then add 13 with 9 and check, is it greater than 15? So we have to check it. Yes. Or by the way, okay, the last one is 9 plus 15. Is it 9 plus 15? Let me make it 9 plus 15. Just one second. Okay, so it's 9 plus 15. Is it greater than 13? So yes, all these lengths are becoming, let's write the sums over here. So here is the answer. Yes, these lengths could make a triangle, and here the sum was becoming 28, 22, 24. All these sums are greater than the third side. Now I want you to pause the video here and solve question number 23, and then I want you to solve question number 24, and then question number 25 on your own. Write yes or no and then play the video to check your answers. So here are all the answers for question number 23. It's no, because one of the inequality is becoming wrong. 15 is not greater than 15, it's equal to, that's why this inequality is wrong. So overall we will say no, it's not possible to make the triangle. In question number 24, it's again no, because here 31 is not greater than 35, means the sum of these two sides is not greater than the third side. That's why it's not possible to form a triangle. And for 25, it's yes, because all the sums are greater than the third side. Is that clear? Okay, let's see what do we have next. It says, given two sides of a triangle, determine the range of possible lengths of the third side. As I told you, as I explained you here, let me show you where did I explain that here. How can we find the possible values for the third side of the triangle? This is the shortcut or short way to find the possible values of the third side. So for example, if I want to see what, let's say the third side is x over here. So what are the possible values of x? I will write that x is between the sum of these two values, that means 10 and 12, and it's because it's between, so that means it will be greater than the difference of the two values. So on this side, the left hand side, we write the difference, and on the right hand side we write the sum. So the possible values of x will become 22 here, and here it will be sorry, let me write this. So here it will be 2. That means that the value of x will be greater than 2. Please do not think that it's the mid value, because I remembered some of the students in the class, they were trying to find the mid value of 2 and 22. It's not like that. It means that all the values that lie between 2 and 22, they can be the measurement of the third side. It could be the measurement of the third side, right? For example, here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 onward until you reach on 21. So all these are the possible values. If I take only the whole numbers, so these are the possible values of x. It does not mean that it will be 10 only or it will be 11 only. No, all these are the minimum value of x could be 3 and the maximum value of x could be 21. So let's say if they give you in multiple choices, for example, they have given me 4 choices over here. One of the value is, let's say, 4, and the second value is, let's say, 1, and the third value is, let's say, 25, and the fourth value, let me write it, let's say D is 1.5. Okay, now which one of these is the correct option? Because it says this is my answer, right? After like finding what is the possible value of x, that means the value of x has to be greater than 2, right? So all these numbers, this is greater than 2, this is greater than 2, this is greater than 2. Oh, sorry, not this one. This is not greater than 2. So from these two, now which one is the correct option? Now on the other side, I said the value of x has to be less than 22. So it means that it's not possible to have this one because it is greater than 22. So this is the correct option. Is that clear now? Like if they give you the multiple choices, you have to look for a number that lies between 2 and 22. I hope it's clear for you. Now better pause the video here and try to find the possible values of x or the third side for question number 27, 28 and 29. Then play the video to check your answers. Here are the answers for all the questions. Pause the video, check your answers. Let's see what do we have next. Question number 34, it says the lengths of the two sides of a triangle are 13 and 20. What is the range of the values for the length x of the third side? Same question. Better pause the video here, complete it on your own. Here is the answer for question number 34. Remember, whenever you write the final answer, either highlight it or put it in a rectangle or a circle. Last question of the lesson, question number 35. It says, look at the triangle RST, which statement is false. So better pause the video here. We have done all the questions of this type, and then play the video to check your answer. So which option is correct? D option is correct. Actually, what is the question? They said which statement is false. So all the statements A, B, C and E are correct statements. Only this option is wrong because it says TS. Where is TS? This TS is greater than SR. Where is SR now? Let me show you SR. This is SR. So how this could be less than SR? It's not possible because it is lying opposite to 64 and this pink one is lying opposite to 52. So actually TS is greater than SR, not less than. So this is the only option that is wrong. So they wanted us to find the option that is wrong. Okay, now here I have some challenge questions for you. Better pause the video here, try to solve these questions on your own, and then play the video to check your answers. So here are the answers for both the questions. In question number 1, it was saying that arrange them from shortest to longest. So first you have to find the third angle, this one. Okay, let's find the third angle. Third angle is 65 degrees. So if you are trying to arrange them from the shortest side, so the shortest side will be opposite to the smallest angle, so it will be MO. Then what is the next angle? It's 61. I mean, if I arrange the angle, so it's 54 is less than 61 is less than 65. Now the side opposite to 54 is MO and the side opposite to 61 is NO, right? And the side opposite to 65 is MN. So the sides are arranged from shortest to the greatest. And in the second question, it was saying a triangle has two sides measuring 8.5 centimeters and 15 centimeters. What is the least and the greatest whole number possibilities for the third side? Now this is the main thing. Otherwise the question is the same, that once you have to add the numbers and once you have to subtract the numbers. So if I find the range, or you can say the limits for the values of the x, so on this side it will be 15 plus 8.5, and on this side it will be 15 minus 8.5. so what we will get here is, let me write it with a different color. So it will be here on this side it will become 6.5, and on the other side it will be 23.5. okay, why I wrote over here 7 and 23? Because they want the whole numbers. Okay, so let's say if I on this side, if I take the whole number 6, and here if you take the whole number, let's say 24 or 22, so it will not work. That means I need the whole number that is between 6.5 and 23.5. so you will start after 6.5, it will be 7, 8, 9 and so on until you reach the last whole number, that is 23. So these are the two whole numbers that we are looking for. So the answer will become 7 and 23. That's all for this video, for this lesson. Hope you understand it.